each year. It's one of the best traditions we have. It's where our student ambassadors go around and get students to nominate who they think is what the Master Dragon Award. It's where students vote for their favorite teacher of the year and why. And so then what we do is we pick a couple different teachers from each of our different curricular departments, and we put together a nice video that just explains why students connect and some of the teachers they really love here at Beacon High. It's one of the best moments we have all year, so I thought I'd share it with you guys while we're waiting for everybody to funnel in and get their folders and come in tonight.
Hi, I'm Randy Campbell, 9th grade. I chose Miss Hendrick. Miss Hendrick always puts a smile on the serving grumpy teens. She's kind and likes to make others happy.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm a freshman, and my nominated response for Master Dragon. She's a very small young lady, but whenever I get lunch, she's super nice to me and understanding. I feel like until everything. She's kind, caring, and express kindness.
I'm Harlan Togri. I'm a sophomore, and I suggested First Sergeant Rodriguez for Master Dragon. First Sergeant Rodriguez has not only been a great teacher, but also an inspiration and a mentor. He has impacted me and multiple others through his personal connections with the students, and he brings a welcoming environment to each student without discriminating. And he is not afraid to bring fun into the classroom where the subject may not be interesting. He helps every student within the program find a path that's right for them and encourages them to continue in their fields.
My name is Mason Lester. I'm a senior, and I nominated Mr. Reese. He has showed me how to better myself, how to work properly in the real world, and he's an honest and hardworking man.
Hi, I'm Kelly Thomas, and I'm a freshman at PCHS, and I nominated Mr. Phillips as this year's Master Dragon. I nominated Mr. Phillips because he is someone who encourages and genuinely cares for his students. He is incredibly patient and also listens to people talk. He is also very honest. His love makes him a college graduate and provides sufficient support to make their life a better home.
Okay, my name is Madeline Lawrence, and I'm a freshman, and I nominated to see Lord Restaurant because she is always so fun to work with, and she moves in her own times. She knows how to teach her students more than it's fun, but also we pick up on information quickly, even though it's very difficult. But she always comes into class and smiles and makes us all happy, and it really makes us enjoy the day. So thank you to Lord Restaurant.
My name is Olivia Kaufman. I'm in 10th grade, and I nominated Mr. Locke for Master Dragon because he's always very happy and has a smile on his face. He is always kind and gentle and makes me want to be a better person.
Hi, my name is Zachary Rudd. I'm a junior here at PCHS, and Master Dragon and I nominated Mr. Cleese. Mr. Cleese is always encouraging speech to whenever we were at school, at 8 o'clock at night, and coaching, and it helps us a lot. Many of us do get very anxious about our speeches and our tournaments, but he's always there to enjoy the work. And he's very real. He doesn't sugarcoat anything, and we all have that kind of time. He is such a positive presence in the school, and can make just about anyone's smile.
My name is Christopher Poole. I'm a senior at BN, and I chose Mr. Orford for Master Dragon. Mr. Orford has had one of the most positive impacts on my environment. He's helped me and many other students through so much and succeeds in creating a safe and fun learning environment. He serves not only an amazing teacher, but also someone you can relate to. Along with this, he genuinely is a very good person who shows them that they understand him. He always seeks to spread positivity among the building, which you don't see very much. Overall, Mr. Orford succeeds in creating a healthy learning environment, connects with students, and of approval.
I'm Laura, I'm a freshman class, and I evaluated Ms. Watson. Ms. Watson is supportive and charismatic, and cares for the classes. She brings the joy and giving them more confidence in my ability to coach. Ms. Watson is polite and helpful. Hi, I'm Laura, and I'm a senior here. My master degree nomination is Mr. Ullman, and he's by far the best math teacher I've ever had. He teaches the reason behind math and how it will be used in the rest of the world, which is something that sets him apart from other teachers. He genuinely cares about his students and how future will succeed in education. Perfect example of this would be when he showed us a table of different uses and obligations to measure and trees, and he definitely practiced. That's what he did aspects.
My name is Christian. I'm a senior here at CHS.
My name is Shelter, I'm going to
And for Master Craig, we nominated Mrs. Beck. We nominated Mrs. Beck because she's an exemplary teacher and has helped her students reach success by providing us a plethora of materials and resources that we need to succeed. She has came and helped each one of us separately and has done her best job in her first year teaching you to become.
Miss Becky encourages us with everything we do. She is incredibly intelligent and open-minded. She explains every topic with wisdom. She listens to everything we say in class and genuinely wants to know what we have to say about our life.
And Mrs. Beck, how goes the news?
My name is Alicia. I'm a senior at Alabama Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson is a math teacher because I got really to realize she was my class and she was always super knowledgeable. In her class, she knows us from down and up. Not only does it for really good strategy and analysis going on, it's also a life in class. In class, she knows that hilarious and funny and the way she would always listen along to the She was our student and other things that she on the day. It was always a lot of energy in her and she was constantly smiling. That's been one way where she not smiling to the day. And she's always doing it.
My name is Abdul Miller. I'm a junior, and I'm nominated Mr. Buddy because he tries to teach you more than his grades and everyone's style. He's usually the way he teaches is very beneficial to people who learn different ways. He's very passionate and charismatic. It's easy to talk to, and he cares about his students. When we try to talk to him, he listens, and he's just just amazing teacher all around. I'm always hoping she has a real message of what she's teaching and she's also educating her students to face time with us My name is Dr. Victoria. I'm a sophomore. I'm nominated Mr. Abel. Mr. Abel prepares us the best he can to coach. He relates to us students and also expresses the importance of and responsibility of taking such a hard class. Mr. Abel is very affable and really sacrifices time to do some student and answer any questions that they have. He's very humorous and makes learning complex subjects fun. Fun fact about Mr. Abel, he's also swift, he's the dad, and he's been at books.
I'm a real student at CHS. I want to talk about Dr. Craig because he's a kind person and really engaging for students. He's going to be a proud of all of the outside school really things as well. I have this just an add-on to Mr. Studies Mr. Studies is an amazing teacher. He has been there for all of us since later. He is happy to know that everyone is possible in this mission. He takes time to do one. He has been able to do his lessons that he knows what he wants to do. Mr. Schultz is truly a piece of genius and I can teach.
My name is April Wells, and I'm a freshman here at Michigan. I am here with them for
Governor because she is very sweet and her students. She is very smart and hopefully a lot of study.
All right, thank you very much. Incoming ninth graders, students and families, we welcome you here to Beacon High School. I think many of you probably came back for the tours back in February. That was for like a course registration meeting and to talk about how to set up a schedule and the options we have here at this wonderful campus. But tonight we're going to talk a little bit about just high school in general, orientation of what it means to come from one of the 8 feeder schools we have and coming up and becoming a dragon. That's something we're very proud of. We actually just had graduation on Friday night. It's always an emotional time because we just see these students that have been there for 4 years and go from sitting right where you are to graduate and all the opportunities that they have. And that's our school motto. Opportunity is here. The fires within. That's very purposeful because whatever pathway you want to go after high school, we can help prepare you for that. We have amazing teachers, support staff. For those of you who walked in the middle of that video, that's our Master Dragon video, so that's an adult in the building that students feel really helps them connect to school. And you saw it goes beyond just teachers, our support staff, everyone cares of a common philosophy to do what's best for your kids, to try to help them learn how to become an adult and prepare them for their future the best they can. So we're going to talk a lot about some of those things here tonight. First, I'm going to go over the agenda. So again, welcome, Beacon High. Appreciate everybody being on this beautiful day. We're going to go over some registration information. That's going to be very parents-based in conversation. We're a high school-only district. So you already did these things in kindergarten. There's other school districts, wherever you're coming from, where yes, unfortunately, you have to do some things as a freshman. But bear with us. It's only one time for freshmen for a lot of the physical paperwork. The online stuff is every year. But when I came here in 2011, I remember there were lines for hours on tables to register your kids. None of that anymore. It's much more convenient. So bear with us through what we need to do and get through to help inform you on this summer and to make sure you're as prepared as you can to come in August and start day one at Dragon Day. Halfway through, we're going to actually let your students go without you. They're going to go with our student leaders, and they're going to take another tour of the building, and they're going to be able to ask the student leaders any questions they have. So that's a pretty cool feature. And then afterwards, we'll release the parents after we're done with all the information, and you guys can all meet out here. They're just getting here right now, but we're really big at trying to connect your students to opportunities, the clubs, the sports that we have to offer. We're all going to be out here for an activities fair. So please walk around and ask questions. If you're not sure, if you're like, I'm not really sure, if you're a student, you're like, I'm not really sure, maybe, please sign up. The coaches want you, the sponsors want you, the clubs want you. So if there's anything you think you might want to do beyond just come to school and sit in a classroom, that's our objective, that's our goal here, to get you started right away. All right, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. I'm Joel Schmay, I'm the principal here at Beacon High. I have 2 assistant principals with me here tonight, Aaron Viet and Ms. Ortega. We're going to do some presenting as well. We actually have one of our special education coordinators here, Mrs. Krista Walraven. I think she's out. She's right here. Thank you, Krista. And then we also have Mrs. Lisa Stoles, who I think is outside the Dragon Day leaders. She's our MTSS coordinator, so she helps out with interventions for academics, behaviors, attendance, and she does a great job with that. We also have our athletic director, Mr. Cole Stoner. He can't be here right now because he has another conference here for athletics, but he does plan on being here for the activities fair. So if you see him down there, that's his picture. Ask him any questions you might have. And we also have an activities director, Mr. Ross Pesh, as well. We do have 7 counselors here who can to help support your students through anything they have, whether it's academic, social, emotional, or anything else they're going through. So here they are, listed by alphabet, last name. You may have not met them in person. You might have emailed them or called them already for class registration, but they are here tonight. Your students will go in the counseling office and get a presentation during their tour tonight, so that's a great plus this year. And then we also have college and career advisor named Jennifer Anderson. And that's all she does. She just helps students understand what they want to do after high school. She gets them started on pathways. We have a program called Zello. It sounds funny name, but it's a great program. And we ask all our students to interact with this. They can learn more about themselves, learn more about what opportunities are there, even now in high school, to start preparing them for whatever they want to do to go out and be successful in the future. You guys all walk past the construction, it's hard to miss. For those of you who haven't been in here, we did rip out 1,000 lockers for Locker Day last summer. So this has been a long time coming for us. We're very excited for the next week. In fact, this Friday we have class where we're already getting kicked out of some of the offices to continue construction. But that's what it'll look like up here. We're having a Dragon Commons area. So in the future, if you ever have any meetings, we say it'll be in the Dragon Commons. That means you just come right inside the principal's office doors, and it'll be right in there. I will say on this rendering from an architect, that sign looks kind of generic. Kudos to our manufacturing students and our new teacher, Seth Thomas. They actually used one of our own plasma cutting machines. They designed our own stainless steel sign with different layers for a 3D effect. Actually took home with powder coat. It looks fantastic. It's been out there online. You can search social media and find it. But again, that's what we do here in our classes. They're actually going to go in, our kids, your kids sitting here now will have the opportunity to do things, to be a part of our building, and leave your legacy for years. So just great things here at Keaton High. Okay, with that said, I'm going to be quiet for a little bit, and I'm going to introduce two Dragon Day students who want to talk to you students, because not long ago, they sat in their seats about what to expect coming up this summer and in August. Let's give them a round of applause. So,
Hi everybody, my name is Sophia Mansaghi. I am going to be a senior next year at Beacon.
And I am Riley Jones, and I will be a junior next year at Beacon.
Some of the things I'm involved with here are Key Club, Student Ambassadors, Girl Up, Environmental Club, the Speech Team, and the Theater Department.
And I am on the tennis team. I am the president of Clubball Student Council. I am the vice president of Key Club, and I'm also on the speech team and College Theater.
We come here today to talk to you guys a little bit more about getting involved with your school and becoming more connected to our school community. As you can see, we're both involved with a lot of things here at PCHS, and that's just a small fraction of everything that we have to offer the school, which you'll be able to learn about a little bit more later. One good thing about this school is you don't have to stick with your small little group of kids that you've grown up with for years and years and years. And some of you are coming from really small feeder schools, some are a little bit bigger, but this is a great opportunity to get introduced to something you love. If you have a new interest that you really want to dive into, check it out, get more research about it, and try out for that team, go out for that club, because you'll find all new groups of friends, all new groups of people that share similar interests with you. Don't be afraid to reach out and be yourself and get connected to the school in the best way possible. That's my number one piece of advice for you guys, is to just stay connected. A lot of stuff happens right at the beginning of the year, so keep in mind everything that's going on so you can know and keep refreshed with everything that's going on, and then you can stay involved, because staying involved is key to having a very successful and happy freshman year.
And like Sophie said, we want to stay involved. Like a lot of times we both overwork ourselves, but we still go in with our heart and doing more activities than we can ever think. Like even if you're don't want to go for an activity, maybe a sport would fit you, or maybe you don't want to do a sport, maybe a club would fit you. There's something for everyone here, I promise you. And don't just stick with your 8th grade friends, like she said. Just go with the flow. Just go with your heart, what your heart says.
Another thing we want to talk to you about today is Dragon Day. Dragon Day will be the first day before school starts. It's going to run a half-day schedule, as it says up there. It'll be from 7:50, which is the normal time school starts, but you'll be dismissed at 11:50. How that will run is in the morning you will all meet in the cafeteria. There will be food and music playing that has to do with our theme, which this year is School Year's Eve or New Year's Eve. And there'll be different things involved with that, like a ball drop and a countdown and stuff like that. Music that has to do with New Year's Eve and stuff like that, about bringing in the new school year. And after we all get introduced to what we're going to be doing for that day, you will all be running your schedules full out. This is a great opportunity for you to be able to see what the classrooms are like, how long you have to get to your classes. You get a feel for where you're going to be going before you're mixed in with all the upperclassmen and older kids. It's a really good opportunity. And all of this will be led by your Dragon Day leaders. Me and Riley are two of the Dragon Day assistants who help plan Dragon Day, but there's over 100 other leaders that will be leading you throughout the school, and they're here for all your questions, and it's a good way to get to know people for one, but also just talk about Dragon Day, talk about your nerves, and that's what we're here for, is to help you guys connect with your school and with each other before you just get thrown into school on the first day.
And I know that, like, for us, we feel like we would help you best with Dragon Day because we've been through it. And I'm like our administrators over here, like, it was quite a while ago when they were freshman year. And so we want Dragon Day to be more student-led and be more student-questioned, because I know it can be nerve-wracking to ask administrators questions, because I still get very nervous when I ask administrators questions. And I promise you, they're not scary, but yeah, just don't be afraid to ask questions. Like Sophie said, we're 2 out of 120-some Dragon Day leaders, and it's going to be great for you guys just to come up before all the upperclassmen come, because always can get scary, but we're just going to go with the flow and hope you guys have a great year.
I forgot to mention, buses will run as it says up there. So buses will run the same way that they will for the rest of the year. Yeah, that's all we would like. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Awesome job, guys. You guys go out and we're going to go to work next. Give another round of applause. It's hard to go from the responsibility to instruction. They did a great job. We did Riley, we did all in a nice way. Thanks, Riley. All right, just some different things that will happen for freshmen first. Okay, again, I like this Sophia told you all. The buses are going to be there for the first day of Dragon Day. What we do for buses is you want the bus pass for a little bit. We'll just post out different bus routes and where they're going to be in the times on social media, and we'll email it. So as a parent, as a student, you can look for that and know, oh gosh, it's close to me, and I know to be there that time, and you can get on that bus. So don't be too nervous if you don't have your bus pass right away. That's by design, so you have to get your school ID for you too, get that picture. First day of high school is August 23rd. We're going to do something unique this year, because you'll notice those dates, and you've had other students through your parents. We are pushing this the first day back for all the construction projects. You can visually see this, but if you haven't been in our Hawkins gym area, I know that they're going to have the graduation for that on Thursday night. That's the last big event, and that place is getting ripped apart. So you've seen we've already been selling a lot of the pictures online, things like that. It's getting an entire facelift. We actually got spotlights installed this week, new sound system. It's going to be really, really neat. We've got a whole weight room area being redone, and we've got windows into that. We have a new cardio areas that you guys can use. It's going to be like a rec center inside of our gym. It's going to be fantastic. However, that stuff takes time to be able to rip out and redo. In addition to that, we're going to have a lot of exterior stuff going on too. You're going to see around the summer. So the sad part is this summer, some of our facilities will be closed down because of all that construction, but you guys are going to reap all the benefits of that as going to be freshmen. So that's pretty exciting. Picture day, August 25th. We'll get all that information for you later, but we'll take that picture and use it for your IDs, so get those later. And those same students, and I'm telling you, our Dragon Day leaders, they apply. We have hundreds of students apply to be Dragon Day leaders. We always select the best of the best. So those kids out there today, asking questions, you can trust them. They will not lie to you. The first day of class, some people will tell you, I just heard a freshman tell me the other day, say, oh my gosh, my sibling told me don't ask where to go because they're going to lie to you and not tell you the right room to go into. Not true with the Dragon Day leaders. When they have their shirt, like I said, be school year's eve, so I don't know what that shirt's going to look like, but you'll know who they are. You can trust them, and they're going to take care of you. They're there for a reason, because they want to be leaders here, and they know the Dragon way. Those same people come in later in your advisories. That first day, you're going to get a lot of information, and you are not going to remember a quarter of it. So they're going to come back into advisories throughout August and September and talk to you guys again and answer any questions. So we'll get you set up, freshmen. Okay, just in general, some different things about school. Our goals here have been the same for many years. We're here to keep you safe. We're here to help you learn and encourage you to get involved, as you heard today from the students. We'll talk more about that. Safety. We actually have one SRO on campus. I'm actually interviewing this week for a second SRO. The city of Beacon and the Beacon Police Department have always been supportive of Beacon High and our presence here. And because we are a beautiful campus, but we are a quarter mile from up here down to the other side, that's just a long way for someone to walk around. And so we're actually going to have a police officer station and SRO at each side. So that's exciting for us. We actually have 3 security guards. We actually have 2 student supervisors for help out with presence as well. And like 120 teachers around the building all the time, and care professionals. We have so many adults here. So if you see an adult and you have a question, please reach out and talk to them, because they can help answer those questions. Doors are locked during the day. You always come in the main entrance if you come in as a visitor. And again, the principal's office and the pillar entrance are open to come come in school before school, but after school's already said, 7:50 for the bell, then you need to come to the principal's office for visitors. There's our daily schedule. I'm not sure what your previous school schedule was like, but 7:50 to 3 o'clock is a full day here at Pekin High. We do have late starts every 2 weeks. Those are actually on Fridays now. But it's 10 o'clock to 3 o'clock, so you stay at home or you do other activities, and you come to school at 10 on those days. Dragon Day, there's the schedule there. I don't think I need to speak more about that, but it's a pretty great day to come in, get to know your schedule, and also get to know how to do high school before that first day so you feel confident going to class. Some things that we've done for 2 years now, we have future focus days at Pekin High. So I just want to give you a couple of visuals of what this is like and let you know that we do treat this like a regular school day. So the students are able to sign up. In fact, I have to apologize to the juniors class and the juniors here because I did not send them the link for like 5 minutes before I sent it to the other classes, and they tell me that all the good sessions were already picked. So you got to get in there. We usually try to let everybody sign up at once and get an experience that you like will prepare you for your future. Some of them are like school connectedness, like things that are just fun. There's Mr. Stoner over there, just taking kids for a run, just kids wanting to get a brain break, go for a run in the park. Or you can do things like operate heavy machinery. If you've never done that, you need it in the future. I might want to try something like that, but I don't have room for that in my schedule per se. Or you go in, you can learn how to do different arts and crafts, mindfulness techniques, cooking. You can do so many things. We also had a career fair that same day in October. So again, there's so many different sessions of things for kids to pick, connect themselves to school, the importance of school for the future, and what they wanted to do. Future Focus Day number 2 is always in January. That's right around that course registration like you guys already experienced. So what we do there is we bring in outside experts. The students told us, and we listened, they said, what we want is we don't want somebody coming from like HR or some firm. If there's an architect, I want to talk to the architect. So what we do is we bring in experts from different pathways, and we let our students go in and pick which one they want to talk to for a 50-minute session and get a presentation from them on what led them to that career, what kind of things they did in high school to prepare them for that career, and get a real-life experience. So it's a really cool thing. These guys actually went on a tour for River City Construction, so we actually work with our community partners a lot, and we'll bus kids to different experiences they can sign up for. You can see more in industries. They've always been very supportive of our students. We actually have a lot of work-based learning students who go there, get full-time jobs and scholarships right out of high school. So when you're a senior, you can sign up for work-based learning, and go out, get school credit, go out and work someplace that you think you might get a career. So it's just pretty neat. The last one we have is in April. I think it's everybody's favorite, partially because the weather's nice and you can go do things outside too. But we actually have a job there, so kids that want a summer job, hiring you right away. Come on in. We have our community partners come in. We have a Pathways Fair. So I'm not ready for a job yet, but I might want to go in one of these fields, whether it's the military, the workforce, college. I want to go somewhere. I need more information. So we have them to sign up for. And then we also have different sessions, just on like how to install a toilet, do some things around the house. How do you fix things around your house? But I've never taken a woodworking class. Might be something I'm going to sign up for too. How do you maintain a car, fix a car? And then again, there's some pictures from the different fairs. Okay, now this Yeti, we'll talk about academics.
Hello and welcome. One great event to mark your calendar for is Open House. It's going to be on Tuesday, August 29th. And this is an opportunity for you to walk your student schedule, to get into classrooms, meet teachers, ask questions about the teacher syllabus or overall just class instruction. So excellent event for not only parents but students. You're welcome to attend as well. One thing that I always heard as a classroom teacher of freshmen is that homework wasn't really a thing in junior high. So you guys just need to know, walking into the door, you will have homework, okay? You will have to manage that with several classes that you will be taking, but we do have a lot of support here at the school. So teachers are always available before school, during advisory, and also you can set up times to meet with teachers after school as well. But in addition to just overall classroom instruction and meeting with the teacher, we have the Math Assistance Center or the Math Lab that you can go and get extra help during your advisory period for math. We also have math evening tutoring via Google Meet. So you can sit at home, you can connect via that link, and that's Monday through Thursday from 6 to 7. So that is huge. So if you're struggling in math class, really no excuse anymore not to connect and get that extra math help. We also have homework overtime. So we have teachers that set up in the learning and students can attend, get extra assistance with homework, but also have a quiet, safe space to work on homework here in the LC. We have a bus that actually will take students home after that homework over time at 4 p.m. But also students that may stay after for clubs or activities can also ride that Greyhound bus, is what we call it, and that's available Monday through Thursday most weeks. Also, students, you need to know that you will all receive a Chromebook. If you complete all of your registration materials, you turn in your paperwork, we'll go over all of the details with your parents. But if you do that by August 11th, you will be able to pick up your Chromebook early on one of our 3 Chromebook pickup dates. It is important that you know that once you are issued that Chromebook, that it is your responsibility to keep that Chromebook in good shape. So if you cause damage to it, you will be charged, okay, for those damages. So keep it in the case, keep it in your book bag, and make sure that you take good care of it. Part of online registration, also you will all be signing off on the acceptable use policy, or AUP, so you can read through all of that information. We have a Dragon Tech Support Center in the Learning Commons. We actually have interns that are students that work on Chromebooks. So all of those breaks and fixes will actually be fixed by our own. So your cost that you're paying for is just the cost of the product that it takes to fix that Chromebook. We also have GoGuardian running at all times. So we ask that students can only use school-issued Chromebooks. They cannot bring in their own iPads, their own Chromebooks, their own computers. They can only use the Chromebooks that we have issued to them. Okay, so GoGuardian will track all of the activity of the students. We actually have self-harm things, other things that come in through us, administrators. So we call home on the concerning things that we might see on the internet. But also it just filters overall. So we have certain sites that are blocked. So that's important for us. Some other important information while the students are still in here, so fun stuff, but we do have a dress code here, so it's important that before you go shopping for school in August, that you buy clothes that abide by our dress code. So for students, no cutoff shirts, no crop tops, no hats, no hoods, no really short shorts, okay, things like that. And also in the right-hand side of your red folder, there's a bunch of handouts for you to go through. Information and dress code is also outlined within there. Okay, each freshman student will take 1 semester of PE or ROTC and 1 semester of health, and then also swim is a part of that PE class. It is important for you to know that we do have several lines here you'll experience on Dragon Day in the cafeteria. Okay, a lot of different options of food that you can eat here. But you can also bring your own food in with you. The one no-no that we have is that you cannot have your parents drop off Jimmy John's or pizza or other things for lunch for you. We do not allow that, but you can bring in your own food in the morning and eat it in the cafeteria. And then the Dragon store right next to the principal's office is where you can pay for anything. Also within your red folder, there is a who to contact page, but also all of this is listed on our website. We have a big school, a lot of different people, departments, so it's important to know who to contact in what situation. Okay, so if we have an attendance clerk to report an absence, any kind of medical appointments goes through the nurse's office. Counseling office would be questions or information about your student. Okay, student grades or work, we ask that you go directly to the teacher first. And then any questions regarding attendance or discipline is the dean's office. All right.
Okay, again, Mr. Stoner couldn't be here, but he does have some different slides and speeches that he does want to make sure that you hear. Talk about being involved. Benefits about being involved. You can see listed physical and mental health and wellness, leadership and teamwork and skill development, mentorship, time management, improved academics, accountability, responsibility. Most of all, fun. To come in and feel accomplished and be a part of something. You notice that winning is not on there, because that is something that we enjoy. We've experienced a lot, especially this year at Beacon High. We actually have the state send off tomorrow for 2 different athletes. However, that's not the main objective. The main objective are these benefits for you, for your overall health, and to help you get skills to help prepare you for the future. Like I said, discipline weighs ounces, regrets weigh tons. No one ever said when you get to be our age or your parents' age, boy, I really regret that I played basketball as a freshman. Or boy, I really regret that I went and became part of notables as a freshman. But people do say, man, I really regret that I didn't do that. I really regret it. I wish I would have went for it. So again, get involved with things. Step 1 here at Beacon High for sports and extracurriculars, for IHSA type stuff, they do have their own website and their own registration. You can't do it yet, but they will send all this information out. In fact, I think it's in your packet here. You'll see it right here, this nice QR code. But I do want to plug that we have a pamphlet with school activities, with email addresses for all sponsors. So if there's something in there that you don't see out there in the cafeteria tonight, you have the contact information right now. So make sure you contact them. There's summer camps going on. It is not too late to join. So if there's a summer camp or something you want to come into, reach out to that contact in there and get registered. Come to our summer camps. We want you. And then also, there's other stuff for sports in there too. Okay, I'm going to give it over to Mrs. Ortega.
Okay, so now it's time for students to go ahead and go on their tour with their Dragon Day leaders. Please remember that all of the Dragon Day leaders took their time out of their day to be here tonight and after school, so treat them with respect. They're going to take you on a tour around the building, and you will meet your parents in the activity fair afterwards. And have fun, guys. Parents, now your chance to stand up and stretch for a second. Okay, parents, now is the fun part of the evening. We're going to talk all about registration. Which means we're going to talk about some of those forms in your red folders that you have. So, a couple of things to know about registration. There are 2 parts to it. One part is all of the forms in the left-hand side of your folders. Those are things that need to be filled out and turned into us, dropped off to us over the summer. And the second part of registration is online. There are many other documents that you need to review and acknowledge that will be online. So both things need to be accomplished before school starts in August. Online registration is on Skyward. It opens July 24th and it ends August 11th. So you'll need to have that completed as well as drop off all of the required forms to one of our drop-off registration dates in order for your student to attend on Dragon Day and on the first day of school. You will need your Skyward login and password, which will be sent to you via email, whichever email we have in our system as your main one. It's in your envelope, if that's mine. But if you lose it, you can call us now. Also, you have in the left-hand side of your folder, along with those brochures, which have all of the sports and activities information, you can put those right into the right side with all of the other pieces of information, like phone numbers and dress code and things like that. The left-hand side has all of the forms you need to fill out and sign. So there are forms for residents in custody. Those are the green and gold forms. Please make sure that you fill them out and sign them on the back side. Both of those forms also require some supporting documentation. We mostly have birth certificates on file. We work really well with our feeder schools and they make sure that we get those files to us. If we are missing a copy of your student's birth certificate, you will receive a letter from us. If you receive no letter about the birth certificate, you don't need to bring that. However, if there's any other custodial paperwork that's relevant relevant to your student, that's something that you can bring and drop off. That's on one of those registration drop-off days as well. The residency paperwork does require some supporting documentation. One thing needs to be a copy of the tax statement, your mortgage bill, your lease agreement. If you don't have one of those things, we do have some other forms that you can get filled out. One is called a lease, another one is living with a district resident. That's one piece of supporting documentation that we need for residency, and then we also need 3 pieces of mail. All of those documents need the guardian's name and the address that the student is residing on in order to show us that you have residency in the district. I know that's a lot, but please remember that you're entering a new school district, and so that's why we need to do this. A lot of this is stuff that the state requires us to do. I saw a question over there. You want to talk to me afterwards? Okay. And if anybody has any specific questions about that, feel free to come up to me afterwards and we can talk about it. Okay. Okay, so drop-off forms that can happen on one of 4 days. There's 2 days in July and 2 in August. July 18th in the morning, July 25th in the afternoon, August 10th in the evening, and August 11th in the morning. You can see listed there all the things that we need. In addition, we need some medical forms as well. This is something that all entering 9th graders need to have for Illinois Public Schools. So a school physical, not a sports physical, but a school physical, immunization record, and dental exam. And if there are any nurse paperwork that need to be filled out for medications and things like that, that should be included as well. The online schedule release, meaning when students can see their class schedule, will happen on Monday, August 21st. Again, if you want to pick up your children early, if you want your student to be able to attend on Dragon Day, which is a really important day for freshmen, or on the first day of school, we need to have all of the registration forms dropped off and all of the online registration things completed as well. And then Dragon Day is on August 22nd. Okay, so your registration checklist is in that left-hand side of your folder. It lists all of the things that you need to bring and physically drop off to us on one of those 4 possible dates. The custody paperwork, the residency paperwork, the proof of residency, and then the medical documentation that is required.
Okay. Like Mrs. Ortega said, there's some medical documentation that you'll have to bring with you to registration. We will have our school nurse present at all 4 dates, so if you have any specific questions for her, she will be there to answer them. So when you come through the line for registration, you will, I guess, let me just stop right now. I'm just going to plug something real quick. So if you come on July 18th or July 25th, those are your fast pass days, if you think about it in terms of like Six Flags. That's where you can actually beat the line. Okay, so we have 4 different registration dates, July 18th and 25th. Those are the early registration dates where you can beat the line. We'll have fewer people there. The August 10th and 11th dates are a little bit heavier with people. Okay, but regardless of that, nurse will be there during each of those times. It's important that if your student has a specific action plan, such as they have asthma, seizures, or diabetes, we have to have that information on file within the nurse's office. So bring any of that information, specific medical needs with you, so that you can turn in all of that info. There's also going to be a place on online registration for you to indicate any allergies or other information that you might want to give us as well. All medications during the school year, they must be checked into the nurse's office. And this is really important, and also a misconception that some of our students have, is that they can carry around medications with them, such as ibuprofen or Tylenol, for instance. We do not allow any students to carry any medications around with them. However, they can bring them, house them within the nurse's office, and then when the student needs them, the student can go to the nurse's office and consume that that medication. Okay, so that's important for everyone to know. The one exception of that is cough drops. Students can carry cough drops with them. And then also if the student has an action plan where they need to carry an inhaler or an EpiPen, that's an exception to that as well. Some other neat things that we have is we do offer medical services here at the school during each of those dates that we have registration. Okay, we will have dental services available on all 4 dates during those times. We also have school physicals, a physician that will be here at the school on August 10th as well as August 11th. And then we also have a provider that will help with immunizations on August 10th. Okay, so if you already have a provider, if you already have appointments scheduled, that's great. However, if you don't, okay, you can take advantage of these services. Right outside of the theater, when you leave here today, there's 3 different flyers that are set up on the tables out there. Okay, one of the flyers has this QR code that has PCHS medical services, and it also outlines some other providers if you choose to go that route. And there's also a sports physical document out there. Like Mrs. Ortega said, all freshmen, incoming freshmen, have to have a school physical. So if you have, I would just recommend that you go ahead and have the physician check on the back side of that school physical to allow it to also count as a sports physical, just in case your student wants to go out for any sports or activities that they would need that for. But if you have any sophomores, juniors, or seniors right now here in the school and they need a sports physical, we do have those services available as well. There's a flyer out there. One other thing that actually I will have Holly Little come up from Blue Cross talk a little bit about this, but it's the Back to School Resource Fair. This is the one-stop shop, okay, not just for our students, but all school-age students. So I'll let her talk a little bit about this service.
Hi, just a moment of your time. I want to let you know that Blue Cross is hosting an event this year. It's going to be at the Keeping Moose on Broadway. And it's going to be Wednesday, July 26th. We are having physicals will be available, sports physicals, dental services, immunizations, and vision and hearing. We're also doing a farmer's market, so there will be fresh produce available to anyone that wants to come and take advantage of that. If anyone wants to sign up, there are QR codes. We have flyers out there at the table. And I'll be around for a few minutes after this if anyone has any questions or needs help signing up. As stated before, it's not just for freshmen, so if you have other kids that need services, you're more than welcome to sign your credit card. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to recap just a little bit. Skyward is how you will do the online part of registration. You have your login and password there, and that will open up later in July for you to complete by August 11. That needs to be completed, and also you'll need to drop off the forms in the left-hand side of your folder with the supporting documentation as well. Your login and password is your parent access to Skyward. You can use it to look at your students' grades. You can see if they're missing work. You can see all of the different assignments in each one of their classes. You can use Skyward to pay fees as well, pay for lunch money, and do all of the business that you need to do. You can also use Skyward to report an absence if you would rather do that than call in your student if they're absent. So it's sort of our platform for managing everything that needs to be managed that is in regard to your student. You can also see their student profile and make sure that the address and the family information is correct as well. Your student will have their own separate student login and password because they also are encouraged to look at Skyward and look at their grade books and see how they're doing in the classes as well. You can log in from our website, www.pekinhigh.net, or you can use the app in order to get into Skyward. One last summary, there are 4 drop-off dates for registration, and also there's online registration. That window is from July 24th through August 11th. One thing I want to warn you about is there is a $75 student fee. That fee also includes the Chromebook that they will be issued at the beginning of the year as well.
Okay, communications with Beacon High. If you're not a part of these channels yet, please do so. Whenever you download Skyward on your phone, also look for a Beacon Community High School app. It's really slick. You get a lot of good communication there. You can look at the feed, which has the pictures and postings you'd see on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. They all go out. We also have traditional mailings, and you also get phone blasts from me or other people here in the building as well, or email blasts. Just to wrap up, there's all our different dates. You've heard a lot about it. Know that your Skyward won't work until July 24th, so if you download that Skyward app tonight, we'll be able to use your login name until it's active, and that'll be on July 24th when we're back. We're actually getting a brand new Skyward system next year. So Skyward has different levels of Skyward, and we're actually upgrading. So that's been something we've been working on for months, and we actually will shut down for most of the first half of the summer. That's scary for us, but it's really exciting. It's going to give you better access to the parent, teachers better access, students better access on things that we can help control. So we're excited about that. Get involved is the key for your students. I know you heard a lot about that today. I will say we use the phrase the dragon way a lot. We just told the seniors, once a dragon, always a dragon. We take a lot of pride in that. We take a lot of pride in what it means to be a Beacon High School graduate. I hope we have some proud alumni here tonight. We're excited to get your kids in here in the fall. If you have any questions, please always make sure to talk to us. We like a lot of different bit.lys here, different QR codes. There's some on the tables on the way out. If there's something about this orientation where you're like, man, I really wish they would have covered this more, let us know. If there's something that's so great, like, man, great idea, let us know too. It's only 2 quick questions. If you have any feedback, you can scan on your phone on your way out the door tonight on this front desk. All right, well, that's it for it here. I appreciate everybody's time. Your students will be coming off the tour, and you can meet them in the activities fair. Please ask questions. Please sign them up if they're reluctant. Get them signed up, because you never know in August what they might want to do. Thank you all very much for your time.